everybody, what a day. Well, I had to chime in on all the issues that's going on with the stimulus or relief package, however they want to title it. But I've been away from doing videos because I have other things that I was working on for the new year as far as this channel. So I was actually waiting until the brand new year to start, but I can't help myself. I've been away, whatever. I was in Atlanta for a while, and now I'm back. Even though I just got back and haven't been here 5 minutes, I never even had a chance to take off my coat. But I just gotta say something because there's so much going on as far as the stimulus and the relief package. And your President Trump just now stating that he's not gonna sign because the $600 is not enough, which is not. Also, the fact that there's money that's going to other countries, Cambodia and Egypt, 1.3 billion or something in Egypt and such, that doesn't even have anything to do with COVID. So I believe the politicians call it pork in the bill, whatever you want to call it. But it's funny that they take care of other countries before they take care of them, before they take care of their own country. I mean, we can look at the number of $600, but they might look at it like, oh, we're spending 1 point whatever billion dollars in the United States. But okay, can you match that up with the 1.3 that you want to give Egypt to fund Egypt? So it's just, I mean, it's just really actually crazy how the American people are being treated, and the fact that unemployment is about to run out and has run out for some people. You know, there's so many different analogies on this situation. You know, some people think that they are playing games and that they're all in cahoots in order to get the money generated up under another fiscal year. Like, why create a whole excess of debt in 2020 when we can split it till 2021? So to speak, if you think, you know, and you make a lot of money and you say, oh, you know what, I make $50,000 and I have a $25,000 contract, but on the 50,000, I might be taxed, just say hypothetically, just say 10%, just say, oh, 5,000 taxes. But oh, if I take the 25,000, then now I'm gonna owe 7,500. But if I wait 2 weeks and then it's the next year, then I won't owe it, and then I can use it. So it's from that standpoint. It's so many ways to look at it, because when you look at it, I mean, Nancy never budged on absolutely nothing. And then all the way at the end, and now, yeah, let's just do it. Let's just do it. People, we're not running out of time. Time is up. And, you know, people with the EIDL, I know people with EIDL money that just exhausted it. Just exhausted. I know people that got 6 figures. I know people that got 10,000 all day long. You know, I know people that got grants, 3,000, and they're looking for the other 7 because it says we shall give the $10,000 was the original verbiage that was in the document. And then it changed from shall to may. And so there's people that just didn't copy screenshot when it says shall, and there's less people that's not debating, but that's making a big deal about it. So they're just trying to let it just dissolve itself and go away. But the fact of the matter is that, will people get a stimulus, you know, in the next coming 30 days is the question. And personally, we have 4 weeks until President Trump is out. 4 weeks. Basically from today, because the following day, that Wednesday the 20th, he'll be out. If he wants to play games for 4 weeks or play games for 2 weeks and 2 weeks left, the Democrats would just say, hey, you know what? Let's just wait. Let's just wait, because in 4 weeks, or at the time they would say in 2 more weeks, we're gonna be in a good situation. But I will say this, the determining factor is where I just left, Georgia. If those 2 Senate seats on January 5th that's coming up, in the next week and a half or whatever the case may be, 2 weeks, if those get if those get retrieved by the Democrats, then the Democrats is just going to wait it out until the 20th and say, hey, why should we have to deal with all this stuff when we're so close to our people coming in office, and then we can do a better deal or whatever. But, it's just sad that, that they tell us to go home, to go somewhere, sit down, lock the doors, and they don't want to, I don't want to say don't want to compensate you, but they don't want to help you. They would rather have it where it looks like they're helping you, not actual help. The rent, the eviction moratorium, whatever, it's inevitable. Yeah, they can put a pause, they can postpone it, but it's still going to happen. And when they take the money and say, oh, this money is for rent and landlords and for mortgage situations, whatever, fill out the paperwork and the document and you can be, and if you're qualified, we'll pay it, whatever. Well, it's still going to go on and on. So if you're not taking care of unemployment or whatever for the people, and even if they get this money, it takes care of it takes care of that point, but from that point on, it doesn't. People don't have money to pay the bill, then it's still inevitable that it's going to just crash. And for the people who won't qualify and don't get the loans and such, it's going to crash. And they're making it where it's going to all crash at the same time. Unfortunately, I would say that if it happened without the moratorium, it would have crashed at different times. But when you have something that all just crashes at the same time, say you have bills and you pay bills for the month, but 75% of your bills is due from the 1st through the 10th. It's like your feeling is like there's 20 more days. Like, why does all these bills have to be the 1st through the 10th? Can I pick a day or whatever? So I said that to say that when everything comes down on you at the same time, it's not a good situation. I don't know a good situation where something just happened all at once and it came out good for somebody. It just don't really actually happen. So this is in reference to the rent moratorium and eviction process and everything. It just wasn't, I don't know, it's just not gonna do well in the end. And again, the unemployment, well, you know what, let's go to the EIDL. The EIDL situation was kind of good. They were talking about giving people the other remainder of the amount, and the fact of the low income areas that they still haven't specified if you live in a low income area or if your business is in a low income area, but those people will be considered first. And first, as far as the EIDL for the loan and the grant, and for the grant, they can actually get the $10,000 this time and not $1,000 per employee. But now this is kind of dead because if Trump won't sign it, then that still doesn't even happen. And then the fact that the unemployment is about to end. As far as the federal government part, the PUA or FPUCF buck or whatever. So, and the fact that they didn't give any money retroactive all the way back to September. The LWA was around July, but technically the LWA, the $300 took it to 6 weeks. So it's somewhere around in September, October, November, and December. So technically it's 4 months. 4 months that nobody got the boost. So whoever's on unemployment, they didn't get the boost. So I said that to say that the deal was already just bad because of that. But if you can just think how you can boost the economy and say if somebody got $600 and it was retroactive 4 months, because remember when unemployment first happened and this COVID, everything first happened, they were giving retroactive. They're not scared to give retroactive, and now all of a sudden they're scared to give retroactive. But especially if you gave retroactive $600 for 4 weeks is 6, 12, 18, 24, and 24 times the 4 months. So that's about 10, that's about 9,600. I think people will be happy with that, and it'll definitely stimulate the economy and definitely get people out of the bind that they're in. I think that this bill and everything, if you notice, they're attaching it to the government and keeping the government funded. I'm sure that that means that their checks, they more worried about their checks than anybody else's checks. So now they're trying to attach it. And now when it comes to them and their check, then now they want to hurry up and pass something. You know, wealthy people and rich people, they just so funny. You know, I'm in the antique and vintage business, so you know I do have high-end clients that they'll spend 20, 30,000 on an oil painting and laugh about it. So, but one thing about them that I know, and I've been to wealthy people's houses and homes, one thing I know about them, when their money gets below a certain threshold, when it gets to a certain level, they don't get bothered. They just get, I don't know, they get aggressive. So there's people out there that just like, oh my God, my account is lower than 3 million. What am I gonna do? And you like, are you serious? Oh yeah, there's people like that. And then there's some regular people that I know that when their money gets below, like say 50,000 or 100,000, then they think that it's a crisis. When my people may have $100 in their account, and we still know how to survive and make things happen, and we all right with that. But wealthy people, wealthy problems. So this has already been a long video, but I don't want to start rambling. We hit the issue with the EIDL. We hit the issue with the unemployment. We hit the issue with your president having 4 more weeks left. Now, I guess the last thing I might want to hit on is the PPP. The PPP program, they really actually pushed that, and it might really start working in people's favor. So definitely look into the PPP, but they will start asking for certain docs. EIDL probably might be a little bit more simple this time, especially if you're in a low income area. And typically for a business, they'll ask for a 4506T and a 2202. So that's not hard if you did your business tax, whatever. You could supply them, but you're going to need a 570 Vantage score. And the 570 Vantage score, the only way to do it is typically if somebody has a 640 FICO score, they'll pretty much have a 570 Vantage score. But now I noticed that if you're revolving utilization, or let's just say revolving utilization, meaning if your numbers, like if you have a credit card with $600 and you tap it all the way to 500 and something, so you kind of tapping your credit cards, then it'll make that Vantage score change, I noticed, because trust me, I know it from experience. So in order to get the 570 Vantage score and to know that you get it, it's best to go to Experian Connect. Go to Experian Connect, pay the $14, $15, because you're trying to get thousands. So, you know, I've got buddies that complain like, I don't want to pay the $15. You want somebody to give you $10,000, $50,000, but yet you don't want to pay the $15. But yet, if you take a chance on your Vantage score not being correct, it's going to deduct 5 points off your FICO score. Watch the numbers. Always make your numbers make sense. Numbers don't lie. People do. Thinkers.